What's going on, everyone? I'm going to talk to you guys about a movie that came out in 1990 that is based around a comic book strip from the 1930s and 40s. A movie that Warren Beatty put together and had a lot to do with this movie. And the movie I'm referring to is Dick Tracy. It was owned by Walt Disney, Touchstone, which is a base company off of Walt Disney at the time. And this movie was marketed geniusly. You had toys, you had McDonald's toys, you had advertisements. And as much as people didn't necessarily like this movie, I thought it was a great movie. It starred Warren Beatty, Madonna, Dustin Hoffman, and Al Pacino. Basically, Warren Beatty is Dick Tracy, who ends up trying to get all of this mobsters put away. They're committing all these crimes, killing people, and doing all this laundering of money. And Dick Tracy ends up in a situation where he has to find a way to actually stop them, and he ends up getting framed, and then his name's fixed. It's just an amazing story. In my opinion, Warren Beatty's performance in this movie was kind of outshadowed by Madonna's performance in this movie. Madonna plays sort of like an entertainer, a dancer, singer, which of course is what Madonna does. And her relationship with Warren Beatty, I think, was done amazing in this movie. I think she had it down to a T. You also had her working for Al Pacino, who's the lead boss person in this movie. He thought that she was on his side, but in reality, she was working with Dick Tracy. You had Dustin Hoffman, who plays Mumbles, who is pretty much the rat of this movie. Basically, Dick Tracy goes to Mumbles when he wants to find out information. Even though it's hard for Mumbles to actually say it, Dick Tracy ends up recording it and slowing it down so he can actually find out that Al Pacino's committing all these crimes. And the way that Dick Tracy also finds out that Al Pacino's committing these crimes is they've tapped a microphone above the main table where he sits in this diner sort of bar area, and they can hear a conversation. So Dick Tracy ends up getting there before anything actually happens and stopping all these people. He's on this huge conquest to get all these people put down. And you have an amazing battle shootout at the end, which I thought was amazing. I thought it was really well done. The colors in this movie are also done very well. I love the different aspects of it looking like a cartoon strip, basically. And I would say that the movie Sin City that came out was, the way that it was done was a modern day version of Dick Tracy. I think Dick Tracy was the comedic, not comedic, but more colorful and comic animated version of the way that Sin City is done. On the back, you have pictures of the mob gang, Madonna. You also have this kid that hangs out with Dick Tracy, who ends up becoming Dick Tracy Jr., that ends up helping him out. You have Dick Tracy's love interest as well in this movie. And like I said, this movie was just marketed perfectly. Warren Beatty wanted to originally do Dick Tracy 2, but because Disney owned the rights, well, Warren Beatty owned the rights to Dick Tracy, but Walt Disney owned other rights, so there was a huge legal battle ending in 2011. So they could put out Dick Tracy 2 anytime soon. Not that a lot of people would actually remember this movie unless you were born in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember actually going to Disney World, and this was around the same time Dick Tracy was coming out. There was tons of Dick Tracy stuff, and also Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour had a Dick Tracy lookalike in it when she sung her songs from Dick Tracy. The whole Dick Tracy album pretty much is Madonna. Warren Beatty and Madonna were dating at the time, so it kind of makes sense. So I want to get your guys' take. What do you guys think about the 1990 hit film Dick Tracy? Leave a comment below. Who's your favorite actor or actress in it? Leave a comment below. Like I said, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be amazing as well. If you haven't checked out the rest of my videos, definitely go and check those out as well. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just hit the subscription button below. I really appreciate that. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.